Yeah, I'm just gonna just jump right into it. I mean, no introduction or anything like that. I'm just gonna say this. What I'm about to talk about today is very, very unfortunate. And honestly, I feel like I just want to make light of it because I feel like, after seeing what's been going on, I'm kind of surprised nobody's talking about it. So I'm going to take the helm because this is extremely upsetting. And I'm just going to say it. We all kind of got like the weird ending in this scenario. So a YouTuber who goes by the name The Artist Shark is getting his channel terminated in 7 days. So he basically got the email from YouTube this morning and pretty much saying that because of the strikes that he's been getting and all that, we all know how YouTube works. When you receive those kind of strikes, I always forget which one it is. I don't know if it's a copyright or a community guideline strike, whatever it was. I'm pretty sure it's copyrighted, but don't take my word for it. It's been a while since I've looked into that. Whatever. The way it works within the algorithm is, you get 3 strikes, pretty much your channel is terminated. So obviously that can happen for an abundance of reasons. Could be, like I said, copyrighted material. Maybe you broke some sort of rule. Obviously, this guy did nothing wrong. So there's a lot of things that we need to cover. So I mean, honestly, it's upsetting. I don't even know what else to really say about it. I never really thought I would make this kind of video either. I remember that we were just talking about the whole Viper Island issue, which, mind you, unfortunately, that possibly plays a role into what's been going on. But to add a little bit of some more context, let me talk a little bit about both of these channels, obviously. So I wouldn't say that they're both GI Joe oriented. That goes more for Viper Island because his whole entire shtick basically was covering news topics that covers Hasbro and their latest GI Joe classified figures. Pretty much whenever you look up GI Joe classifieds, that was like one of his videos was like the first thing you would find, as well as a couple others too. Artist Shark was also one of them. He did cover GI Joe a lot as well. So you're probably wondering, right? So Josh, what does this have to do with Viper Island? Well, because there's a possibility, even though it hasn't been 100% proven yet, there might have been a chance that this scumbag probably has something to do with why the Artist Sharks channel is getting terminated. Now, obviously, to add even more context, unfortunately, I'm going to have to repeat a little bit of what I've said during my Viper Island rant video. Basically explain and kind of get up to date as to what's been happening for the last couple of weeks or so, because unfortunately, this has been like an ongoing issue with this guy. Honestly, he doesn't even deserve a mention or anything like that, because you see, the good news is that his channel actually was terminated, apparently so. But I guess there's basically what's been going on. Now, here's something that you definitely need to know about Viper Island, right? So even though all his videos are gone, it seems like he was finally terminated from the platform. It seems like he's not completely gone, because if you look him up, you can actually still find his channel, but none of his videos. So, of course, that's extremely suspicious. There was word going around that apparently it was some other company that was, of course, filing copyright claims, because, long story short, the reason why Viper Island was so controversial to begin with was because of his stolen content. This man was basically taking photos. Well, I don't know why I'm saying taking. You get the idea. Basically, taking stuff without really giving any sort of credit to wherever he's getting the source from. And there was even on occasion that he stole like like full on panels and just kind of like editing them to make it look like that this was kind of like his stuff instead of the other way around, if that makes sense. I don't want to get too much into it because I really hope I don't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to jump right to the point. And the reason why I'm talking about him is because obviously when people try to call him out for his bullcrap, that even he was abusing the copyright system for sure. Like, he was definitely filing claims and stuff, and he actually did succeeded to a certain degree by taking down the host of the 3PO podcast's Instagram account, which that's I mean, that's the other thing too. It's like he will abuse whatever system possible to take people down, especially when they call him out for it. So obviously, yeah, it was getting pretty bad. Now, mind you, when I first heard about what was going on, I remember one of the first things I heard was that he had uploaded an entire G.I. Joe film, specifically the movie based off of the cartoon from like the late 80s or so, that one. He uploaded the entire thing, which is, of course, against YouTube's policy. You cannot upload an entire film to YouTube. You can't do that. So obviously, yeah, video was taken down, but he still got the views from it and all that. Basically, he tried to make himself look more bigger than how he appeared. So people didn't like that. Of course, there are plenty of other videos out there that explain his buffoonery a lot more better than mine can, but you get the point, right? You know, I said what I said, whatever, in my video. So pretty much after that, of course, all his videos are gone. So people pretty much jumped to the conclusion that now he finally learned his lesson. But unfortunately, it looks like now that he's gone, now he's trying to take other people down with him. And unfortunately, Artist Shark might or might not be the case in this scenario, because like I said, he was getting copyright strikes and all that. And you know, of course, you know how that goes. You know, YouTube reviews them, see if it's really like worth going over. And then of course he announces on his community tab that as of this morning, well, as of the making of this video, I think it's been like 7 hours now since he pretty much announced that he got a third strike, which means that in like 7 days or so, he's gonna get his channel terminated and or deleted. So all of his hard work, all the stuff that he's been doing, you know, of course, talking about action figures, not just G.I. Joe, but of course he does other stuff as well. I remember even before this, he pretty much had to take down like his live videos covering G.I. Joe and all that. And that's where the suspicion kind of grew, because it's like, it's very specifically G.I. Joe. So it's like, why? You know, you would think that it'd be a lot more to it, but that's also why people are wondering if this has to do with Viper Island getting back at the people that pretty much ruined him. Mind you, it was justified for him to get terminated. Viper Island did a lot of really, really bad stuff, and he's not a very, very nice person. We've known that for a long time now. I don't think I need to discuss any more as to all the stupid shit he does, you know, besides abusing the YouTube and Instagram system. So obviously, like I said before, it kind of seems like that now he's trying to get back at, you know, the people that kind of wronged him, even though for the most part, Artist Shark, I think he's been like the one less affiliated with this whole thing. I think for the most part, it seems like he's the one that pretty much wanted nothing with it. Like, hey, let me do my videos, you know what I mean? That's kind of where I got it from, because everybody, of course, everybody moves on, you know, we all continue making our videos and all that. We don't pay mind to it, forget about it, you know, the guy's an asshole, that's it, he's gone. But no, it definitely seems like he still reigns power, because like I said, the proof of the pudding here is that literally, even though his videos are gone, his channel is still up. So it's like he can still do stuff if he wanted to, because think about it, even if you're new to YouTube, let's say you haven't made any videos and stuff like that, but you've made an account, you do have that ability, you know, to like report and send out, you know, claims and all that. You still can, pretty much, for the most part, you know. Who knows what other affiliates there are. Now, like I said, it's not 100% proven if he's the one doing this to him, but obviously it's unfortunate because the Artist Shark, you know, dedicated so much to making his videos, and now his channel is going to be deleted. Like, all that stuff that he's done throughout, you know, years or so is going to be for nothing, pretty much. So it's like, what the hell can we do? You know, outcry? I mean, honestly, I don't know. He obviously seemed very clearly upset. He wasn't even sure. You know, and I was pretty much waiting too, because he said that he was going to make an announcement whether if he might make a second channel or not. You know, so that just makes the whole thing like really sad. So I want like as much support for Artist Shark as much as possible, because it's pretty obvious that, you know, something's wrong, like really, really wrong. Nothing really adds up, but at the same time, you can't help but question if this other dude might have something to do with it. So I want, you know, at least this video to kind of spread at least a little bit to make some awareness, because as soon as I heard it, right, and I waited for some time to pass, because somebody has to make a video about it, and it's like nobody, like no one's made a video talking about it. So I'm like, I don't know if he wants it to be like a private matter. I don't know if Artist Shark doesn't want too much traction with this situation, to see if maybe he can try and salvage it, because like I said, you know, this is not a bad dude, honestly. Like, I recommend watching his stuff. I can't really say that now, because he had to pretty much take down a couple of his videos because of whatever copyright strikes he was getting. I don't know what the hell the issue is, you know. Ah, man. I mean, honestly, I don't know what's worse though. The fact that this whole thing happened, or the fact that, it's funny because we hear about stupid YouTube drama like this all the time with other channels, but like stuff like this happening within toy communities and channels that happen, to talk about toys and action figures and all that, it's just really sad. And like I said, I really, really wanted to just make this video to kind of draw some awareness, And I mean, like, well, for starters, like I said, I can't really say for sure if this is Viper Island doing this, but if it is, I'm not surprised. But but what I really want the most to happen is that I hope that somehow Artishar, he can either at least get his channel saved somehow by some miracle, or at least, I don't know, at least have some sort of support. Because like I said, I was deeply shocked that no one's made a video about it as soon as this news came out. So I'm like, okay, what the hell is going on? Literally, I literally step aside what I wanted to do just to kind of talk about this, because this is not fair. This should not happen. I remember, like, when I first created this channel, I remember a long time ago, there were channels being targeted by Mattel because they were talking about, like, leaks for their Jurassic World or their Jurassic Park figures and all that. Whatever, corporate meddling, whatever, companies doing stupid shit, but at least, that was very easily fixed. This, I don't even know how this goes. I don't even know how you can really fix a situation like this, and it's deeply sad. Like, I'm honestly surprised with myself that I'm this calm, because, like, literally I was like frustrated. I was like, why? That's like, it's irritating, you know. But I wanted to at least kind of do this in a more professional manner. So I do apologize if this video is not rainbows and sunshine, all right? But it's not supposed to be. This is a very, very deeply serious matter, and mind you, this can happen to anyone. So be careful out there, and like I said, show some support for the man at least. That's all I can really say. That's the most simplest that I can put it without making this a 20-minute video, because my frustration and anger for Viper Island, that was super personal. Like, that guy was a legit douchebag, and everybody understood. But now with this other thing going around, it's like, hey, we need to rejoice again and be like, hey, this is not going to be accepted, and it won't. So I really, really do hope that this kind of gets out somehow, at least just the message. I don't care, like, if this video doesn't get a lot of views, whatever. No, I'm not about that. No, the most important thing that we all need to understand is that, we should be able to talk about action figures whenever we want and stuff like that without stupid shit happening like this. So that's pretty much about all I can really say. There's really nothing else. Like I said, hoping for a miracle for this guy, but honestly, I don't know, because YouTube is so weird and tricky like that. It's like you just never know. Same goes for how his system works. It is so flawed. It is pretty much made to be abused. I'm just saying, who knows. uh Nah, that's about it. I don't know. There's really nothing else that I could say, So again, sorry if this is a bit of a downer, but don't worry. I'll pump out at least something nice at some point. But obviously, this is extremely, extremely ridiculous. So this needs to be spread. So that's about it. I'm gonna end it here. So peace.